In 2013, Aquatic Wetline made its debut as an aquarium hobbyist podcast. It was hosted by Aqua Alex, Cardinale, an aquarium hobbyist with a passion for tropical fish since the age of 12.
Aquatic Wetline was very successful because Aqua Alex shared his love and passion for fish keeping like only he could. You could hear the love of fish and passion for caring and educating about the fish in his voice. It attracted new hobbyists and even experienced hobbyists to tune in.
Aquatic Wetline went on hiatus for a couple of years. Now Aqua Alex has brought it back, this time right here on YouTube. Aqua Alex will host new episodes of Aquatic Wetline Fish Keeping Podcast, but it will be in video format and you may get to see some of Aqua Alex's personal fish.
Aqua Alex will discuss everything aquarium related from fresh to salt. What aquarium topic is in the aquarium for discussion tonight? Let's find out. Fish keepers, if you enjoy the show, please share the YouTube video URL on your social media. Now here is Aqua Alex.
Hello tropical fish keepers! Welcome to Aquatic Wetline. I'm your host, Aqua Alex Cardinale. Now I am a big fan of catfish. A lot of my favorite catfish come from South America. But today, I am going to talk about a catfish that comes from Asia, more specifically India. Now, I'm not familiar with a lot of aquarium fish that live in India, so this may be one of my favorite all-time freshwater fish that lives in India. One of the reasons I love catfish is that they have great personalities, they love to eat, and they'll eat practically anything. And that can be said about the catfish we are going to talk about today. So while I may be known as a South American fish keeper, I do also keep catfish and other fish from other areas of the world. So today I'm going to be talking about the sun catfish. The sun catfish is also known as the Eclipse catfish. A really nice catfish, and over the years of me being in the aquarium hobby, I have kept a couple of them, and now I am growing out a group of them. I always wanted a small school of them, and I now have 3 sun cats that I am growing out. And yesterday I went to my local fish store, Mark's Ark, and they had 1 sun cat. I already had 2, and I was like, I gotta get this 3rd one, and I'll grow him out with my other 2 sun cats, and they're doing great together so far. They look better in a group, and they're more active in a group, in my humble opinion. So tonight I'm going to teach you everything you need to know about the sun catfish. I'm going to teach you how to keep them in the home aquarium. I'm going to give you some interesting facts on them, and I'm going to show off other fish keepers' sun catfish. And I'm going to start this show with a video of my 3 sun cats. So you can be a part of today's show. Whether you're watching this show live or you're catching the replay of the show, feel free to interact and be involved in the show. Do you have questions on the sun catfish? Post them in the comments and I will answer your questions. Do you want to share your knowledge on sun catfish? Tell us what we should know about the sun cats. Let me know what you have to say about sun catfish in the comments. All right, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. And we're going to start with a video of my 3 sun cats. So I know that wasn't the best video of my sun catfish. I apologize about that. I have a crappy cell phone camera, but at least you got to see my 3 sun catfish. The way they like to huddle up and curl up in my plastic plants, they think it's a rock, so they cuddle up in there, all 3 of them. They hang out together. It's really adorable, and that's what I really enjoy about the sun catfish. So let's start the show. Let's learn about sun catfish right now. Right now, I want to talk about what I personally like about sun catfish. The first thing that I like about sun catfish is their coloration. They are one of the only catfish that I know about that has a deep gold yellow coloration. I love that deep gold yellow coloration that sun catfish have. Now, I also like that the sun catfish is a schooling catfish that grows to a good size. Most other schooling catfish in the aquarium hobby, like Corydoras, stay small. The only other one that could compete with the sun cat would be the Pipilotus pictus or the four-line pictus. Now, the sun cat can grow 8 to 12 inches, and seeing them in a school, in a group, is a sight to see, I must tell you. They're amazing to see in a group or a school, and they look great together, and they're more active in a school as well. Also, sorry about that. I had something in my mouth. Also, what I like about the sun catfish is that they're a relatively peaceful catfish. Now, they will eat any fish that can fit in its mouth. Other catfish will do the same exact thing. So I'm used to that. So if you're a monster fish keeper, you're used to other catfish eating smaller fish. But the sun cat is very peaceful to other fish that cannot fit in its mouth. So keep these with larger fish and you'll be fine. They're a very peaceful, docile catfish. The next thing I like about sun catfish is they can be an active catfish. I have found when you keep these guys in groups of at least 3, they're an active catfish. But if you keep them solitary or you only keep one of them, they're going to be shy, reclusive, and they're going to hide like most catfish. But when you have a group of them, they are very active and they're an awesome looking catfish to add to your aquarium. And the last thing I like about the sun catfish is they're a very affordable catfish. They're not going to break the bank. Just because they're colorful doesn't mean they're going to break the bank. They're a very affordable catfish. That is what I like and enjoy about the sun catfish. What do you like and enjoy about the sun cat? Let me know in the comments. All right, so let's learn some interesting facts on the sun catfish, shall we? Sun catfish are mostly found in slow-moving water bodies such as streams and swamps. They are native to Kerala and the backwaters of southwest India. Sun cats have a long yellow body with a dark spot around their fin. They can reach 12 to 14 inches in length, but they're a catfish that grows relatively slowly. So it is kind of rare in the aquarium hobby to see a sun cat above a foot. The sun cat is more active in the dark, darting out at its prey from behind hiding places. Now, if you keep them singly, you will never see them. But if you have a group of them, you will see them from my experience. And they're more active in groups. When it comes to keeping sun cats, they feel more secure in groups and they're a lot easier to keep when they're in a group because they won't be shy, they won't be stressed. So I always recommend keeping sun catfish in a group if you can. Now, a sun catfish will cost anywhere from $6 up to $50, depending on the size of the sun cat. Obviously, juvenile sun catfish will cost a lot less than mature adult sun catfish. It really just depends on your local fish store and the area where you're from. That is some cool facts on the sun catfish. Now, let's learn about keeping and caring for the sun catfish in the home aquarium. Where is the sun catfish from? Well, the sun catfish is found in India and Asia. You will find sun catfish in the lowland and muddy areas of rivers and streams in southwestern India. And these are a very popular catfish in India. As a matter of fact, unfortunately, they're often a food fish in India, and they're often collected for the aquarium trade in India. All right, what is the full grown size of a sun catfish? Well, sun catfish are a medium large growing catfish. Some places will tell you sun cats will grow 6 inches. Not true. Sun cats definitely will grow anywhere from 8 to 14 inches in length. Now, they are relatively slow growers. So you can put them in a 75 gallon or a 90 gallon, and as they mature, you can upgrade them. Just know that the sun catfish does get larger. It will get to be about 8 to 12 inches in length. And as I said earlier, it is rare. I have never seen one above a foot, but anything is possible in this world. With the right clean water, the right diet, and if the fish feels safe, happy, and comfortable, it could possibly grow larger than a foot. So always keep that in mind. But I'm going to say the sun catfish will grow anywhere from 8 to 12 inches in length. So my recommended aquarium size for the sun catfish, I would say 75 gallons for a single sun cat, 125 gallons for 3 or more sun cats. Obviously, the bigger the aquarium you could provide, the better. The biggest aquarium that you can comfortably house your sun cat in is great. Now, obviously, you can grow them out in a 55, a 75, or a 90 gallon. Just make sure you realize that this catfish is going to continue to grow, and it's going to get to be 8 to 12 inches in length. So obviously, any large tank like a 75, 90, 120, 125, 180, 220 is a great tank for the sun catfish. So let's talk about aquarium care and some extra notes that I have for you on keeping sun catfish. Sun catfish are extremely hardy in the aquarium hobby. They're a very hardy and easy fish to keep, provided you do a couple of things. So the parameters for the sun cat, I have had no problems keeping them in my South American parameters. I keep my pH around 6.8 to 7.4, and they're doing great in there. The temperature is at 74 degrees Fahrenheit, and again, they are doing super fantastic in there. They love the warm water in my personal opinion. So sun cats, very, very cool catfish to watch grow up. So the water parameters, like I said, pH 6.8 to 7.4, temperature 72 to 78 degrees Fahrenheit is good and recommended. Now, you're going to want to have some decor in your aquarium. You can have driftwood, you can have cave structures, plastic plants, or rocks. Do provide a place for the sun catfish to feel safe, because it will feel a lot more comfortable in your aquarium if it has a place to hide. So I always recommend having driftwood or a rock structure so that your sun catfish can hide and feel comfortable. And when the sun catfish feels comfortable, it will come out during the day and it'll be a more active catfish. And as I said all throughout the show, sun catfish like the company of other sun catfish. So I always recommend keeping the sun catfish in a group. You can keep 3 of them, 4 of them, 5 of them. And when you keep them in a group, you're going to notice that they're more active in a group. They're out and about swimming during the day, and they're thriving and they're looking happy in a group. When you keep them by themselves, they're going to be hidden all the time, and they'll only come out during feeding. But we don't want that. We want to see the sun cats happy together in a group, constantly active and constantly looking for food. So on that note, if you do have a sun catfish that is constantly hidden, then I recommend adding other sun catfish so that it will feel more secure and it will come out of hiding and it'll be more active. So you could also add dither fish to help your sun catfish feel more comfortable. Things like tiger barbs, danios, silver dollars, anything that is active that will draw the sun catfish out from hiding will serve as a great dither. So apart from the pH and the temperature and having decor and making sure you have a couple sun cats for them to feel secure, sun cats are extremely easy to keep. Just make sure that we're continually doing our water changes because catfish are a fish that are sensitive to poor water. They may be extremely hardy, but if the ammonia gets high enough, all catfish species can lose their delicate whiskers. So make sure we're keeping up on water changes, we're checking the water parameters, and we're doing our water changes, and we have sufficient filtration for a fish that grows really big. So that's aquarium care and notes on keeping the sun catfish. All right, let's talk about feeding the sun catfish. I love fish, but one thing I love doing when I get to keep fish is feeding them. And as we all know, catfish are a fish that have a huge diet. All catfish love to eat. Whether it's a red-tailed cat, a channel cat, or even a sun cat, they all have great appetites, and they'll gorge themselves. They'll gorge until they got a bulging belly. And that is the personality trait that I really like when it comes to keeping catfish in the home aquarium. Now, like other catfish, the sun catfish is not picky. However, it does take a little bit longer to adjust to a new environment. So if you just purchased a sun cat and it hasn't started eating yet, don't fret. Don't worry. It may take a day, a 2, or a week for the sun cat to adjust to its new environment. But once it adjusts and once it's comfortable, it will start eating. And sun cats are not picky when it comes to feeding. My sun catfish eat Tetra flakes. They eat Hikari sinking pellets. They eat market shrimp, raw market shrimp. They eat tilapia fillets that are chopped up. They eat brine shrimp and bloodworms, and they also eat earthworms. So you want to provide a good diet for your sun catfish. Sun catfish are carnivorous catfish, meaning they love meat. So provide them with a lot of meat as possible. So I recommend when they're small, like under 2 inches, I recommend a good flake food and a good sinking pellet. As they mature, you can throw in raw market shrimp that's chopped up, tilapia, bloodworms and brine shrimp, earthworms, etc. Very, very easy fish to keep, and sun cats are a very easy fish to feed as well. All right, right now we're going to go ahead and take our quick intermission, which is being brought to us by Little Egypt Aquarium Club and its founder, Jeremy Selhorn. Little Egypt Aquarium Club provides aquarium hobbyists with quality tropical fish food and quality aquarium supplies, such as Rapashi, which is a great food for plecos and community fish, and hang on the back filters, as well as sponge filters. Don't forget, you can get 10% off your order by using coupon code ALEX. This intermission is also brought to you by Aquatic and Exotic in Stuart, Florida, one of my favorite fish stores in South Florida. When we come back, we'll continue talking about Sun Catfish. I will talk about tank mates for the Sun Cat. I'll show some videos of other fish keepers' Sun Cats and more. Don't go anywhere, folks. We will be right back after this short intermission.
Are you a tropical fish keeper living in South Florida? You need to check out Aquatic and Exotic in Stuart, Florida. Aquatic and Exotic is home to quality freshwater and saltwater tropical fish. You will find African cichlids, South and Central American cichlids, goldfish and koi, and exotic fish. We also supply aquarium supplies like filters and heaters, aquariums, and lights. We also have quality fish food brands. Aquatic and Exotic is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m., Saturday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sunday 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. Questions? Give us a call at 772-781-4046. Stop on by and check us out. 1525 A.C.E. Lockhart Street, Stuart, Florida 34994.
Aqua Alex here, and I'm proud to partner with Little Egypt Aquarium Club. Little Egypt Aquarium Club was founded by my friend Jeremy Stellhorn. Little Egypt Aquarium Club provides aquarium hobbyists with quality aquarium supplies. You will find sponge filters, pleco caves, and so much more. Little Egypt Aquarium Club also has quality fish foods. You'll find things like Rapashi. Rapashi is a name brand fish food, perfect for plecostomus, community fish, and even monster fish. You'll find medicated fish foods as well. Aqua Alex and Jeremy Stellhorn are teaming up to save you some money. If you use my discount code, which is ALEX, you will get 10% off your order. So go to littleegyptaquariumclub.com right now, place an order, and use coupon code ALEX, and you will save 10% on your order. Now back to the fish chat. Hey, fish keepers, it's your boy Aqua Alex Cardinale here, inviting you to be a part of the fun. I'm inviting you to the September 2022 Fish Keepers Q&A, which airs live Wednesday, September 28th, 2022, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. I, Aqua Alex, look forward to answering all of your tropical fish keeping questions, whether they are freshwater or saltwater. So, do you have fish keeping questions you want me to answer? Email all fish keeping questions, whether they're freshwater or saltwater, to alexgoyankiescardinelli19@gmail.com. I will answer your questions on the show. Do you want to show off your gorgeous fish? Do you want to show off your gorgeous aquarium? Did you get a new fish that you want to show off? Well, email videos and photos of your fish and your aquariums that you want to show off, and I will show it off in the Fish Keepers Show Off. So email videos and photos of your fish to alexgoyankiescardinelli19@gmail.com. I have some fun fish keeping topics planned for this month's edition of Fish Keepers Q&A. This month, I'm going to talk about the top 10 Earth Eater cichlids. Earth Eater cichlids are the gorgeous geophagus that come from South America. So this month, I'm going to talk about some of the most gorgeous geophagus out there, and I'm going to talk about the top 10 Earth Eater cichlids. And I'll answer the question, would I ever consider keeping African cichlids? Those are the two topics that I will discuss on Wednesday, September 28th, on this month's edition of Fish Keepers Q&A. So mark your calendars. This month's Fish Keepers Q&A is rapidly approaching. It airs live Wednesday, September 28th, 2022, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale. Get those fish keeping questions in and get those fish videos in right now. Alex Go Yankees Cardinale 19 at gmail.com. And I will see you on September 28th. But for now, back to the fish chat. Welcome back to Aquatic Wetline, and today we are talking about the Sun Catfish. Before we took our intermission, we learned about the Sun Catfish. I shared some interesting facts on the Sun Catfish and more. So if you're just tuning in now, you can rewatch the beginning of this show once the show archives. So if you're just tuning in now and you have questions on Sun Catfish, post them in the comments and I will answer them. And if you're tuning in now and you want to share your knowledge on Sun Catfish, post it in the comments. So let's pick up right where we left off, and now we're going to talk about tank mates for the Sun Catfish. Now, sun cats are catfish, and all catfish species will fit any fish or will eat any fish that fits in its mouth. So it's very important that we don't put sun catfish in with guppies, tetras, or anything that will stay small, because the sun catfish will eat it as it's growing up. So always remember that. So tank mates for the sun cat would include other large growing fish. Some ideal tank mates would be large growing cichlids like Oscars, Jack Dempsey's, Firemouth, Red Devils. They would be larger growing cherisons like silver dollars, Flagtail procelotus, leperinus, larger barbs like tinfoil barbs, roseline sharks, etc. It would be giant gouramis and kissing gouramis. It would be fish like datnoids, and peacock bass and other oddball fish like that. And other catfish are great tank mates as well. They do well with other cats like Phimolotus pictus, four-line pictus, Raphael cats. So basically, they're a very versatile fish that you can keep with a lot of other fish. But just remember that they are a catfish and they will eat any other fish that is small enough to fit in its mouth. So always remember that. I don't want you guys to buy one and then get mad at it when it eats all of your guppies and your tetras and stuff. Pet stores like PetSmart and Petco sell these guys at such a small size, but fish keepers need to realize that sun catfish quickly grow up to be 8 to 12 inches, and they will eat smaller fish and fish that will fit in its mouth. So just keep sun catfish with other fish that grow to a similar size and you will be A-okay. All right, so right now we're going to see some videos of sun catfish. For those of you who are just tuning in now, I'm going to start by showing my sun catfish once again, and then I'm going to show the rest of the sun catfish video clips that I have, and then I'm going to give you my final remarks on the sun catfish, and we will wrap up and end this episode of Aquatic Wetline. I've had a great time talking about sun catfish.
There's none of them that are really round.
So those videos show how just beautiful the sun cats are. The sun cats are an absolutely stunning catfish. So it's time for my final remarks on the sun catfish. Aqua Alex's final remarks on sun catfish. The sun catfish is a great catfish to keep in your aquariums. The sun catfish comes from India, and it is one of my favorite fish from India. The sun catfish is known by many names in the aquarium hobby. You'll find sun catfish under the names golden sun catfish, eclipse catfish, sun catfish, and even golden red tail catfish. I'm not sure why it was given the name golden red tail catfish because it doesn't really have a red tail, but nonetheless, it's known as the sun cat, eclipse cat, and golden sun cat, and even golden red tail catfish. These guys are interesting to watch eat. When they smell food, they become like sharks and piranhas. They'll gorge until their stomachs are bulging, and it's a really cool fish. So if you're looking for a catfish to add to your aquarium that grows between 8 and 12 inches, consider the sun catfish. You will not be disappointed. And my closing remarks on the sun catfish: keep them in groups. Keep them in groups because they will be more active, they'll feel more secure, and you'll see them out during the day. Trust me, and you'll love sun catfish. All right. I, Aqua Alex Cardinale, had a great time discussing the sun catfish with you. I hope you enjoyed this show. I want to thank everyone who watched this video, whether you watched the video live or you're watching it in the replay right now. Thank you so much. From the bottom of my heart, I appreciate your view. Your view means a lot to me. I, as a tropical fish keeper, enjoy chatting tropical fish with all of you. So anytime I get to share my love of fish, I greatly appreciate it. So thank you all for watching. I really appreciate your view. If you enjoyed today's video, please be sure to hit that like button and share this video on social media so all other amazing fish keepers can see this video. And don't forget, on September 28th at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific, right here on my YouTube channel, the legendary Alex Cardinale, I, Aqua Alex, will be hosting the September 2022 Fish Keepers Q&A, where I'll be answering your questions. Have a great night, fish keepers. Thank you for watching, and happy fish keeping, everybody.